What's up YouTube? For today's video, we're a full sniper ability team. Now this team is all based around Pokemon with the sniper ability, and when a sniper critical hit happens, it boosts the power by 1.5 times. So it's very, very strong. Now, if you people want to check out my live streams, this is where I do all my battles, Pokemon sweeps, other stuff like that. Twitch.tv/PIMPNITE. The link is in the description of the video, people. Come and check the streams out sometimes. I almost do them daily. So today we got 2 battles, and they were very, very interesting. Now, I had to base this team off Pokemon that had good chances of getting a critical hit right. Some people do mix up the fact that Sniper actually doesn't increase the chance of getting a critical hit. It just increases the power when a critical hit happens. So there's the main sort of thing with that ability. So I couldn't resist using Remoraid on this team. I haven't used Remoraid for a hot minute, and this set was amazing. So of course, all these Pokemon have the sniper ability, right? Now, it wasn't the greatest matchup against the Lipard, so we're going to be swapping that out and going straight into the Drapion here. Now, Lipard's going to be going for a U-turn here. It was almost like a double swap, but I didn't attack right. So it doesn't do much damage to Drapion, and we got the Squeegee coming in, which is a Gastrodon. Now, I actually wanted to verse this Gastrodon with my Remoraid for some really meme troll reasons. But in a second, I'll show you that set. So this one is a critic set. We've got Night Sash and Cross Poison, right? They work really, really well there. And the item I pretty much gave all these Pokemon with Scope Lens, right? So most of them had the Scope Lens item because I wanted to increase the critical hit chance, right? So I'm going to hit there by the Earth Power, and Drapion is going to go down. I did hit the Gastrodon with a pretty hard attack though, so I was kind of happy about that. Now what we're going to be doing, right, is we're going to be swapping back into Remoraid. Now Remoraid gets a sniper ability. It also gets Focus Energy, so I gave it a Scope Lens and Focus Energy of 100% crit ratio, right? In this case, I wasn't sure if I could set up against the Gastrodon, and it's 4 times weak to grass, right? So it's like, I might be able to Bullet Seed off it. If I can hit it with maybe 3 or 4, I could take it out. So go for that Bullet Seed there. Does some pretty good damage considering it's coming from a Remoraid. We got 2 hits in there, and Squeegee manages only to get hit twice, and it's going to use Recover. So I'm like, damn, that's really, really rough, right? So I'm going to need, like, after that recover, I'm going to need probably a good 4 to 5 hits to take it out after the leftovers recovery. Then I was starting to think, maybe I could go for a Focus Energy, get the 100% crit chance, and then go for the Bullet Seed then. And I reckon, you know, with a critical hit boost and Sniper, that will probably be able to 2 to 3 hit KO. So going for that Focus Energy there on my Remoraid. It actually looks pretty nice shiny. It got him in that nice purple color on there. So it's going to go for a Skull from the Gastrodon on my Remoraid, and it burns me. I'm like, oh man, that's so unlucky because I was just about to get that critical, hit it going on the Squeegee there. It's actually not a bad name for Gastrodon. So I either am going to go down to an Earth Power next turn, or I'm going to try and take the Gastrodon out. I'm thinking I'm going to need quite a few hits here. I do have the Sniper ability boosting that, so it actually doesn't do too bad a damage. But, if that was a crit there, that almost would have taken it out without the burn. So go for another one there, and it's about a 3 to 4 hit KO around there as I was firing off my little seeds. So getting the 3rd hit, and that takes the Gastrodon out. Man, I didn't think it was going to happen because after the first one, I thought I'd get unlucky and only land like twice again. So we finally took out the Gastrodon there with the Remoraid. Remoraid's going to have another burn there, and that's all good. The other moves I had in there were Waterfall and Bounce too. This was a fully physical set, max speed and max attack, right? Almost a special attack. So the obviously Bounce there was a Dynamax speed, Waterfall was a stab, and yeah, that's pretty much how this set run. It was a pretty interesting set. I have actually done a Remoraid sweep before, and I've done a very similar set on my first one, and possibly on the second. I've done 2 of them, which is interesting. So if you like Remoraid, or if you're interested in that Pokemon, you should check out the PIMPNITE Remoraid sweeps. Okay, so obviously Remoraid is going to go down there, and we've got the Butterfly coming in here. So I can go into Octillery. Now, this was, once again, was another sniper set, and we're going to be basing this around Focus Energy and Scope Lens as well. This was a physical set too, so I noticed it got Gung Shot and Waterfall. That'll be pretty nice. And now the Butterfree is going to be going for a Sleep Powder, putting my Octillery to sleep. So like, okay, well, that's a little bit annoying. Now, here I was hoping I could wake up and maybe get even like a bounce or a liquidation. I think I said waterfall and liquidation off against the butterfly. So I can go for the bounce here. Once again, bounce to boost my speed, and I might be able to get the 100% crits up if I get the focus energy. Then like enough bounces, I could be going off firing off those big liquidations with a crit and a sniper boost. So unfortunately, Octillery is going to be asleep here. I went for bounce again, hoping I could maybe wake up here, and we got the butterfly, the Butterfree going for the G-Max here. So that was really, really bad. Most of the time, you'll find Butterfree carries a grass type move, which is Giga Drain, so it can hit like rock types and things like that. And it'll have like a bug type move in, like usually like Quiver Dance, something like that. Sometimes it doesn't run Sleep Powder. It could just straight up run Quiver Dance and 3 attacking moves, but you'll find sometimes it does run Sleep Powder to enable it to get a free Quiver Dance. Yeah, so I'm assuming this is most definitely coming off Giga Drain there, and Octillery is going to go down to a bunch of mushrooms. Nothing I could have done about that, and I've lost half my team already, and the only Pokemon that's actually taken something out at this stage in the game is Remoraid, right? So it's like, it's interesting. It was always interesting how Remoraid evolved into Octillery too. So next Pokemon we got is Kingdra. Had to have Kingdra on this team. I mean, it's like the definition of a sniper Pokemon. So we got Focus Energy, Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, and Muddy Water, or Scummy Water as I like to call it. So what I'm going to be doing here, I want to stall that, I definitely want to stall this Butterfree out. I keep calling it a Butterfly instead of Butterfree. I'm not sure what's wrong with me at the moment. It's a Butterfly anyway. You guys get the deal right. So we're going to be going Dynamax here. I actually have been pretty good with my Dynamax candies the last few weeks. Actually, you know what? The last few months have been pretty good about it. I'm not going to sell myself short there. So we've got the Dynamax Kingdra here, and I can go for a Max Guard to stall that one more turn. That means the Butterfree will only have one more turn in its G-Max, and that'll be really, really good to take it out there. So it's gonna hit my big old shield. And I'm thinking maybe I should go for a double Max Guard to try and stall this out, or maybe I should attack. So we got 140 base power there off the Wormwood, and that's going to be, my most powerful attack. I was like, let's go for like 2 in a row. And then the Butterfree goes for a Max Guard. I'm like, oh, but I went for a Max Guard too, so it wouldn't have mattered there if I attacked or I didn't attack, which happened there. The Butterfree was obviously going to get around that one. So the Butterfree is back to normal now. There is grassy terrain in the field, but I feel like it's probably going to go for either a Giga Drain or a Bug Buzz against my Kingdra. Since Kingdra is fairly bulky, and with the Dynamax, there's no way it's going to be able to take me out in one shot. I was kind of planning to go for a Max Steel Spike here to try and boost my defense, and then I was like, nah, I just want to take this out because it's a pretty big threat. So we got the Hurricane there. It does about half my health. I don't get confused, thank goodness there, and I'm going to be going for my Draco Meteor and taking the Cupcake out, which is pretty good. It was a little bit of a threatening Pokemon. So I get the crit there, which is really nice, and the Scope Lens was attached on the Kingdra as well. So I was fairly lucky the crit actually kicked in. That got around that, which is really good. So the next Pokemon we got here is the Liepard again. This is the first Pokemon they swapped they U-turned out. Well, they did swap, but they U-turned at the same time against the Remoraid. So I've lost my Dynamax here. I can go for Draco Meteor. Hell, I could go for any of these moves to try and take it out. I mean, I don't have Focus Energy up, but these are still going to hit pretty hard. Now, Muddy Water's just down for a little bit of fun. You could probably run something else a little bit better, like Surf, Hydro Pump if you wanted to. I just put it on there for a bit of fun. I put Flash Cannon on there for Fairy-type Pokemon too, in case I come across any of them. So Liepard's going to go for the Play Rough, and Kingdra is going to go down. Unfortunately, it was running Play Rough. It's a pretty good move on there on the physical side for coverage, right? So the grass is going to disappear from the battlefield. I've only got 2 more Pokemon, and this is bad. It's like a 2-4 at the moment. So I've got Barbaracle. Barbaracle has Cross Chop. I was like, let's go for Cross Chop. This was an Assault-vested Barbaracle. We got the Play Rough here. Play Rough doesn't do that much damage to Barbaracle. And even if I got a drop in attack, if I got a crit with not close combat, Cross Chop, it wasn't going to matter. And I did get one, which is really great there. And Liepard is going to be going down, so that's good. So Cross Chop's already got a chance of critting and stacked from the Scope Lens as well. So we got like a 2 out of 3 chance. So we got the Corviknight coming in here. It's going to have the Pressure Ability. Now, the best move I got here for critting as well, apart from close combat Cross Chop, is my Stone Edge, right? Now, the only thing about Stone Edge is it can miss, but if it does land and gets a crit, it hits very, very hard. So go for that Stone Edge. I do outspeed too, which is good, and I don't get the crit there, which really, really sucks. Now, we got the Body Press there. That's going to be super effective. I am running max health and max attack on this set, so I do tank it rather nicely. But you know, if I was running like a sweeping set, I would have got one-shotted by that for sure. So Barbarical, obviously, I'm going to have to go for another Stone Edge here and hope for the best. This time I get the crit, but it just hangs on, unfortunately. But it's all good. I can swap in another Pokemon to easily mop it up and then, you know, finish it off there. So Barbarical is going to go down, but that crit definitely mattered. You know what? I'm going to put that in the title. Crit definitely mattered. Something, I don't know, something funny like that. So the next Pokemon we got is Inteleon. I had to put this Pokemon on my team. It's the definition of the sniper Pokemon, and with the Snipe Shot. Now, this was the G-Max Inteleon. Unfortunately, this battle, I've already used Kingdra, but in most battles, I use this in its G-Max form, right? So I can go for a Focus Energy. I thought I'd be able to set up like one and maybe try and get myself back into this game, right? So getting that 100% crit there, I've got the Scope Lens as the item, of course, there. So that's going to make all my moves a critical hit, and Snipe Shot already has like a chance itself. So we got the U-turn there once again. With like, actually, there's quite a few Pokemon that could use U-turn here. I mean, I don't think Butterfree had it, but, you know, it's kind of interesting. So the next Pokemon's going to slide in is Silvally. That's the electric Silvally. I can go for a Snipe Shot here. I was like, this is going to hit really, really hard, right? Because Snipe Shot's got good base power. We got the crit, and on top of the crit, we got the boost from the Sniper, right? And that is going to go down. How many times have I said Sniper in this video? You have to let me know in the comment section, people. Can someone count? Okay, the next Pokemon is the Corviknight. It's only on like 1 health anyway, so that's fine. I can use anything against that. Once again, Snipe Shot will take it out. I've got Ice Beam on this one as well. And I've got Air Slash. I mean, even Air Slash will take it out, but I don't want to miss. I feel like if I went for a Disrespect Air Slash, it'd probably end up missing, and then they crit me afterwards. So I don't want to be that cheeky, right? So I go for the Snipe Shot, and Corviknight is going to go down. We've got one more Pokemon left. Can Inteleon get me the dub, or am I going to lose? We're going to find out, people. So the next Pokemon is Bullywog, and that, my friends, is the Seismitoad. I would have loved, right, to the G-Maxis right here. And that would have been so good to get around if it had Water Absorb, of course. That would have been really, really cool. So all I've got here is Snipe Shot. I can't go for that because I'm assuming it's probably going to have Water Absorb. So I've got to go for an Ice Beam here and hope for the best with the damage rate. So I'm going to fire a little Ice Beam out of my finger, and Seismitoad gets absolutely dumped there by a crit, and down it goes there. Nice shiny too. Thank you for the battle there, Jacob. I think that was on my Twitch stream as well. And man, that was Inteleon's a very good critting Pokemon once you get like a Focus Energy up and like that. Okay, the next battle we have here is against Cat WW, and this was also on my Twitch stream as well. This was an interesting battle. I got to say, this is a very, very interesting match. So the first Pokemon they have is a Lurantis. Got them nice, fresh, you know, green and yellow pajamas on, and I'm leading with Remoraid. And then I'm like, man, I can go for a Bounce here. Bounce will absolutely dominate this. The only problem is if I go for Bounce, I'm going to be sort of sitting in there for a turn, and then they could probably swap out. This is where I wish I had like a Power Herb, right? So outspeeding, which is Galaxy Brain there, going for that Bounce there and hoping they'll stay in. And I was thinking, maybe it's got a Focus Ash. Maybe they'll stay in there. Anyway, so the Leaf Storm is going to miss. I was like, no, they probably won't have that. It's probably going to be like a contrary, like boosting set there. I need to get some damage against this. However, they're going to be swapping out. I was like, okay, well, hopefully the next Pokemon I can paralyze. And then Shedinja swaps in. Like, okay, well, it must have Focus Sash then. So go for the Bounce on Remoraid, but it didn't even have like a Focus Sash for the Bounce. So must have had something else like, I don't know, heavy duty boot something, or just banked on me missing, right? I mean, that's always a good like thing to bank on, right? Because normally I miss on Bounce a lot of the time. So Pinchurchin's going to slide in. It's about to take me out with Thunder Shock. I can't do anything at all. I don't want to really like get rid of my Remoraid either. But I was thinking maybe I should bring it back in a little bit later on, see if I can get some, you know, flinches there, maybe with the Bullet Seed. So we're going to be swapping that one out, and we're going to be bringing in the Barbaracle. So Barbaracle is going to be a bad swap in here, but I thought I'd give it a go for something like maybe a surprise factor. And it's a special Pinchurchin set with Thunder. I would have not liked to get hit by that. Terrain, Thunder, Barbaracle's poor special defense. Yeah, I was going to get roasted, right? So go for the Stone Edge. Stone Edge doesn't crit, unfortunately. Crit would have done like way more. And it's got Thunder and Thunderbolt there, almost taking me out in one shot. And I'm very glad Thunder didn't. Well, if it was a Thunder, I was done, right? So even with its poor special attack, Pinchurchin still does some pretty good damage. So go for another Stone Edge, hoping for that crit. And it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, I like wanted one crit there. So unfortunately, even with a 2 out of 3 chance, Barbaracle is not going to get a crit twice in a row. And it's going to go down to a crit. Come on, guys. I'm meant to be the one with a crit team. So that's unfortunate. However, I was like, okay, Alright, people, I can bring in Remoraid here, and I can finish this off with a Bullet Seed, right? I got to do this, right? Because this is a pretty good meme. Now, there's no way in the history of Remoraids I could ever set up a Focus Edge here, right? Like, there's no way, like, I'm going to go down like you saw a match Thunder did. I mean, only if they went for a Thunder, but I doubt they'll even need to go for that, right? So, go for the Bullet Seed. I'm like, man, I think it's going to be a 4-hit KO here, and it only hit twice. Oh, I wanted to get that Disrespect Bullet Seed, but it didn't work. Man, Pidgey actually tanked that one so well. Plus, it was like really like bad base power, right? So down goes Remoraid. It tried its best. No regrets there. And now I'm going to bring in Inteleon. I can finish this thing off like super easy too, which is going to be, you know, really handy. I can go for a snipe shot. Once again, I can't go for Focus Entry. I just realized too, a lot of my team is weak. Like there's a lot of water types on my team too. A lot of water type Pokemon actually get sniper ability. So down goes the Pidgeotto. I'm happy it finally fainted, you know what I'm saying? And the electricity is going to disappear from the field. So I was thinking maybe Lurantis might come back in here. But then we see Durant. I'm like, okay, Durant. What can I do with the Durant? And then I'm like, okay, I know what I want to do with Durant. I want to go G-Max here and see if I can fire off my little G-Max move against the Durant, right? Because Durant is probably going to be using like a really powerful physical type move. So here we go. This is definitely the main Pokemon for the sniper ability team. Its tail becomes like a little tower. This is definitely the best G-Max Pokemon out of the starters, in my opinion. What do you think? I just reckon it looks the best, and it's the most interesting, you know? So it's got that big old tower there, and now we got Durant go for the first impression. Hustle doing a lot of damage there with the Life Orb. That did 3/4. I'm getting him in scope, guys. Here we go, firing off. Damn, I think I just got it in the head, and Durant is going to get one shot of there, man. Durant is never going to be like alive again after that. So the next Pokemon is Toxapex. I'm like, what am I going to do to Toxapex? So I've got a couple of options here. I got Max Airstream. You know, actually, I haven't got a couple of options. That's all I got to do. So I'm going to fire some air out of my little tower there, and it's about a, you know, 3 to 4 hit KO, right? Depending on whether Toxapex has Black Sludge or not. Now Toxapex is going to go for a Toxic. Well, I never saw that one coming, I've got to admit. And now my Inteleon is Poison. So even though it's something like Scald, it's not going to do much to me in G-Max, right? I feel like I can definitely live it until I come out of it, and I might be able to salvage it, right, and swap it out later on, right? I love how G-Max Hydro Snipe, well, these moves go through abilities too, which is really cool. So now what I can do, right, we can go for the G-Max Airstream, and I can go for that again. I reckon I can definitely take it out on the next one, right? So this is good. As long as it doesn't use Recover or just swap out and get it like a Regenerator boost, right? And then Toxapex is going to use Recover. So at this stage, right, people in the Twitch chat were just roasting this person, right, for having like a toxic Toxapex, right? So I was like, guys, calm down. They've had some pretty good memes so far. You never know. It could be a merciless Toxapex. You never know, right? So my Inteleon's going to go back to its normalness, and now I can go for maybe an Air Slash and get like a flinch, or I could go for a Focus Edge. I was like, no, I'm going to go for Focus Edge. They're going to go for a Baneful Bunker. So they Baneful Bunker and Toxic. Man, they really wanted to poison me, and then they'd recover. So they only had one attacking move. I was kind of curious what it would be. I was like, is it going to be Scald? Is it just going to be like a usual sort of Toxapex set? Anyway, so Inteleon is going to get one more turn left, and then it is gone. I can go for an Air Slash here and get a crit and a flinch. That'd be like really good. So I was banking on that. And Air Slash misses, and then it has Recover. So I'm like, okay, it's going to be back to full health now. That's really unfortunate. So Inteleon sort of got messed up there. I mean, it got rid of the Durant, which is great. But it just got completely countered by Toxapex. There's nothing it could have done right. So down goes my Inteleon. I've still got 3 Pokemon. I was like, okay, what I can do here with Drapion is I can set up on this hard, right? It can't poison me at all. Like, what's it going to do to me? Scald? You know what I mean? That's probably about it. So I thought, okay, let's set up these Sword Dancers. I'm going to see if I can one-shot this Toxapex in one shot, you know what I'm saying? If I can get that crit and those Sword Dance up. And then it pulls out the Hydro Pump. I'm like, oh, this won't do very much coming off its, like, you know, really bad special attack. And it did pretty good damage. That was a 3-hit KO, right? So I was like, man, this must have some sort of investment in special attack. So go for another Sword Dance here. I've got +2 in attack on the first, and then I've got another +2. So +4 with the crit chance. This has to hit really hard. So now Toxapex is going to land another Hydro Pump against me there, and there's no way I'm going to be living the next one. So Hydro Pump Toxapex, people, only on PIMPNITE's channel. So the next move, obviously, I'm going to be going for is the Night Slash. They're going to go for Baneful Bunker. It's not going to do anything at all because I'm a poison type, right? So that's all good. They're sort of only really delaying the inevitable. I guess it's sort of seeing what move I'm going to use as well, right? So now I could go for the Night Slash. This has a crit chance already. I've got the Scope Lens. This is going to be doing an enormous amount of damage. And guess what? It's going to Focus Sash. Focus Sash Toxapex. Oh, man, I just can't catch a break with Focus Sash. Seriously, it's actually becoming a meme. So they're going to hit the third Hydro Pump in a row, and Drapion is going to go down. Well, I have to admit, I got to miss. I didn't expect them to Hydro Pump and Focus Sash, so really good stuff there that makes up for the recovering Toxic Set, not going to lie. All right, second last Pokemon I've got is the Kingdra. I can literally go for anything here and take it out. Now, I'm going to be going for a Focus Energy. I want to get that one set up right. I thought that'd be important. And I thought even if they go for another Recover right, I can easily just drop them with a Draco. Instead of going for Recover, they're going to go for a Toxic that's going to poison my Kingdra. I was like, okay, well, you know, that's not too bad, right? The battle, there's probably not like a lot of time left here. There's only a couple of Pokemon. I'm pretty confident I can get some pretty good damage in here with Kingdra, you know, before I go down to the poison. So I thought, okay, well, since this took me out with the Hydro Pump, I've got to go for a Disrespect Flash Cannon and, you know, take it out there. Why is that like... That's like Flash Cannon's like a little, it's like a little, like sort of like a bullet sort of thing. It's interesting. Like coming out, I guess it's sort of coming out of a cannon. Anyway, I like the animation to be like, you know, for a cannon move, like if a little cannon like appeared there. I don't know. Okay, so we got two more Pokemon, Lurantis from like earlier on in the game, and then one other. So we got Lurantis, is going to come sliding in his pajamas. I have got Flash Cannon and I've got Draco Meteor to use against this thing. Now, it's not really a bulky Pokemon unless it's like Assault Vested. It's not very fast. So I thought, let's go for Draco Meteor, and Draco Meteor is going to land, which is going to be like super, super nice, right? I was wondering, what do you have as an item? And no more Focus Ashes, none of that sort of stuff. It's going to be going down to a crit. So obviously I had Scope Lens on this one as well, which is kind of nice. Now, wait, I had Quick Claw on one Pokemon. There was one that I had a Quick Claw on. So there was 5 Scope Lens and 1 Quick Claw. So the last Pokemon is the Dub Wool here called Dub Moo, which I'm not sure what it's called Dub Moo for. But anyway, I guess they're trying to do the Dub Wool and the Cow at the same time. So Draco Meteor is going to miss. They are going to go for a Zen Headbutt. So that Draco miss was very, very important there. I'd say I would have probably one-shotted them. Even the most special defensive set would have had to have got hit very, very hard by that. So all I can do here is go for another Draco Meteor and hope for it. And then I'm thinking, maybe I should go for Muddy Water and try and get like an accuracy drop. Like, that could be risky. And I was like, they're probably going to Dynamax here. And they did. I actually thought they Dynamaxed the turn before this, right, to tank my Draco Meteor. But they were very lucky that it actually missed, right. So we got one big old cow. I mean sheep. I mean like a cow and a sheep mixed together. And I don't know. I feel like out of Wooloo and Double, I sort of like Wooloo, the design of Wooloo better. I'm not sure. What do you people think about that? Do you like it better? Anyway, so we're going to be facing a Max Guard here, and it's going to stall out my Draco Meteor. And guess what? I'm going to go down to that poison that the Toxapex did to me like 69 turns ago. So there's not much I could have done there. I could have swapped out, but the same result would have, happened. So there's one more Pokemon left here, and it's Octillery. So this is my Quick Claw Octillery. I forgot to say, this is the Quick Claw Pokemon. So I've got Focus Energy, then I've got Quick Claw to activate, right? Max Health and Max Attack. Now we've got a Max Mindstorm Man. That's coming off Zen Headbutt, and that does okay damage to Octillery. It's about a 3-hit KO, so I wasn't too worried about that. I thought, okay, they've used 2 turns up there for the Dynamax. So the last turn, right, if I can get like 1 Quick Claw, that'll be great. So I'm going to bounce up here. Octillery's going to be bouncing out of the stadium, Hacker Exposed, and they're not going to be able to do anything, right? They can go for a Max Guard, and, that's about it. I'd like to get a Paralyzed, but they're definitely going to go for Max Guard, right? Because I already showed they had that earlier on in the game. They can't land an attack at me at all, so, that's how it is, right? So, we got 3 turns of the Dynamax Double passing, the big DD, and I can go for another bounce here. I'm thinking, if I can get a bounce, that'd be really nice if I can get a Paralyzed, right? Because I know it's going to be able to outspeed me. So, like, okay, bounce, then Liquidation, right, and go for the damage. So instead of attacking me, they went for Thunder Wave. I'm like, oh, no. So my Octillery is going to get paralyzed there, and it gets paralyzed, which is really a big shame, because I would have going to attack that turn. So I'm thinking, what should I do now? Should I just go for bounce again, try and stall this out? And now they're going to go for the Zen Headbutt here. So Zen Headbutt is going to be powered up there, and I get paralyzed again, which was really, really bad luck. So I didn't even have a chance to do anything at all with this Octillery, and they're going to be able to outspeed me and go for another Zen Headbutt. They didn't even miss it all, and Octillery is going to go down. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, people, in Pokemon. Hope you enjoyed both these battles. It was a very, very fun team to run with all these critical hits flying everywhere. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.